how should a PE firm build culture? And Cynthia, I'll start with you. Curious what your recommendations would be if someone's coming to you, they're maybe looking at a transaction and they're asking, okay, what should I do before? What should I do during? Like, how do I even orient myself around the how?
Yeah, I think we've started to dabble in some of those tips, but say doing your due diligence on culture, just like you would your financial due diligence, your operational, like before, digging in and figuring out, systematically like where the cultural gaps are between the two, setting clear priorities, defining what that future state, what you want it to look like, right? What is the end goal? Creating that vision. Companies that again treat culture as a day one priority, not a day two cleanup, are significantly, more likely to get that realized value. And then as just as, Neil was sharing, narrating that story. So giving that clear, compelling integration narrative and making sure that employees really understand what that means for them and their role in really plain language. And then as the marketer on here, I would say, well, not the only marketer, but the external marketer, I would say make sure that doesn't stop internally. Your external market has the same kinds of questions. It's like, who are you now? What's changing? What's not? Why should I trust this next season, right? So for the brand, so making sure that your external brand messaging aligns with the internal experience is the ultimate goal. So thinking about it and what that narrative needs to look like to make that is hugely important as you're going through the process. Otherwise, you're creating confusion, and confusion just stifles the growth. It just put, dead in its tracks. And then after the close, making sure you're cascading that narrative and that message. And middle managers are gold, right? They're as carriers of the culture. They're in it day to day. They have heavy influence with their people. We've talked about when great leaders are in positions, they create these great teams, as Dave said. So making sure that they're equipped with that story to really drive engagement, drive employee engagement, and keep it going. Yeah, that's when culture stops just being an idea and really starts to drive strong growth.